So excited for today's reading. I'm guided to do a pick a card, and I love doing these because I have no idea what's coming through beforehand. Usually I sit here and I meditate on the energies, whether that's collective or sign specific. But with these, I just jump right in, and I'm always shocked at what comes through and pleasantly surprised by the messages that just seem to be so pertinent to the energies. So I feel like you, my friend, have a message waiting for you. I don't always say that, if something doesn't resonate, it might not be for you, but there's something here about the energy where I feel like you either asked for a message or you found your way here because there is something here for you. And it might shock you too, how pertinent this message is that comes through for you. You might not even be knowing that you're looking for this message. It's not the message that maybe you're looking for, but it's the message you need. Okay, so I'm going to get 3 piles out, 3 groups, and you can choose to watch all 3 groups, or 2, or 1, or like I said, none, but I don't know. I feel like something's in here. I do. I'm seeing like the charms, which I'm going to pull, and also the color green. Maybe they'll come out that way, a green charm of some sort, and it will be confirmation for you. But I'm going to pull 3 different groups with the oracle cards. I'm going to show you one card, and you can choose your group based on that card, or just go with your intuition or the charms or the crystals that I place with each group. And I don't have my doohickey thing that I usually use to put my phone over so that we can look at the cards together. I know some of you have been asking for that, and I will get that back and figure out how to do that. But right now I'm just going to take a picture. And then also when I pull out all the cards, because I'm going to lay them all out to get the full picture, I'll also take a picture, and maybe you can take a screenshot and have it next to you while I'm talking. I don't know if you want to see the cards. That's the only way I can think about doing it. So let's pull out the cards and see what we get. For group 1, Spirit, messages for group 1 and group 2. I guess we're going this way. Interesting. Well, no, let's stick with one group at a time. What fell on the floor for you, group 1? The crossing, the initiation. You get a little bit of a sneak peek there. Okay, group 1. Group 1. And lastly, group 1. Okay, group 2. There's like a little bit of this kind of chaotic energy, which I appreciate because this might be a collective message. I tried to make my table as ordered as possible, which, let's face it, I love to organize, but it never lasts. And so I was like, okay, I got everything ordered and everything looks good and it's all going to be clean and nice. But now things feel like they're starting to get a little bit messy. So I feel like if something has been ordered and structured and you're liking it, maybe introducing a little bit of mess into the mix might help for you. A little bit of creative mess. Not everything needs to be perfect is the message that I'm getting. Okay, group 3. Oh, you want this one too? Group 3. Something about bees. You're getting double cards over here, group 3. What else am I missing? This one. And this one. Okay, I'm going to show you one of the cards just to help guide your intuition. I'm also going to pull out some charms. Actually, let me do the charms and the crystals now. So we'll do amethyst for the first group, rose quartz for the second. I'm also really guided to this rose quartz for the third, but this one's rough and the second one is tumbled. Okay, so let's do some charms. First group, we have scissors and a string. We have a heart with a nurse's hat, a cornucopia, something about timeline shifting, and the letter L. For group 2, green, S. Was that the confirmation you needed? Wish, the sun, the letter E, and Pluto just showed its face to me. And for the third group, we have a cross, handcuffs, a hand with a heart in it, the letter L twice. I feel like I need some more. The letter N, the letter I, a lemniscat, infinity loop, the letter M, a stag, and an open book. I like this. Feels like maybe a Akashic Records reference. All right, so I'll show you the cards, show you the groups. Oh, no. See what I mean by the chaos? Okay, group 1, your card is the sleeper, cause and effect and clarity. Group 2, the priest, perseverance and faith. And group 3, the sailor, new influences and wanderlust. Okay, I'll show you the groups and then I'll see you in the readings. Group 1, before we get into your cards, I'm hearing get your mind right about something. You may need to, I'm hearing pinch yourself or correct some of your thoughts. Get your mind right, okay? So I don't know what that means for everyone, but let's get into your cards and see what the message is. The sleeper, cause and effect with clarity. The energy that is challenging you is karmic justice. We have the card Meadow, number 42, success, blessings, and positivity. Pinch yourself. Something seems good. Too good to be true? I don't feel that way, but you might. Of course, the initiation, the crossing, number 54. Joy, yes. And elixir of life for your supportive energy. Okay, let's get the tarot cards out before I tell you exactly what I'm seeing. But that message, you may need to pinch yourself. With the sleeper, right? It's like Spirit's saying you pinch yourself because you are awake. This isn't a dream. The blessings that are coming for you or that you already have, I don't know, we're going to see. Yeah, in this cornucopia, they're here to heal you. They're part of your path. Okay, I see more, but hold on. Let's get the tarot out. I do want to get the full picture for group 1. For group 1. I'm hearing something like final countdown, and then I'm hearing the numbers go backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow. Okay, I do want to use these cards too, and then I'll show you what came out for you. And we'll see what you need to know about this. Ooh. I'm just pulling cards from here, just to clarify. Ooh. Let's pick Wow, I almost picked this for your advice, which was the Chariot. That's interesting. Okay, so let's see, group 1, what Spirit's saying to you. I'll show you now. Group 1. The first thing that I'm seeing is that, yes, you are in an initiation phase in your life. And you are in this phase after having gone through a previous initiation. The previous initiation that you went through, whether that's a spiritual initiation, emotional healing, relationship, work, I don't know, wherever, place it where it needs to go. I feel like for all of you, there's a spiritual dimension to this. It was a struggle. There were ties you needed to cut. Okay? There was karma. And there was also a need for justice in the situation. In the past, your past initiation. And I feel like Spirit wants you to know that you've completed that cycle, you cut the ties you needed to cut, and your karmic justice is now entering into another initiation stage. But this one, rather than being full of challenges and turmoil and conflict, it's full of abundance. It's not a test really, but it's the next chapter for you. How are you going to work with the frequency of abundance? See, look, the crossing into this meadow leads you to the next place. It could be to this place of joy, or maybe I still feel like this joy is part of the initiation. We're going to ask where you're going exactly. What are you being initiated into? But the process itself is going to be rewarding. And it's because of your previous cycle and what you did there. And that pinch yourself comment makes complete sense now because we had the sleeper card, right? Cause and effect and clarity. You might feel like this is too good to be true, or is this a dream? All this abundance that's coming towards me, this sudden success and these blessings that are unfolding, and they're coming. They are coming if they're not already here. And Spirit's saying, no, pinch yourself. You're actually wide awake. You're not sleeping at all. This is exactly what's happening for you. And you may feel nervous, like this abundance won't last, or something could happen, or that it won't come in. But Spirit's saying, if you can face any fears you have around kind of like lack or a lack mindset, a fear of something being taken away, or maybe you have a deep-rooted feeling that you don't belong with abundance, okay, that the energy that you have and abundance has isn't a match, or that you don't deserve abundance. If you can work through any of those fears, that's exactly the initiating energy, right? It's like, oh, group one is able to actually accept abundance into their life and therefore grow it, quadruple it. This is the elixir of life for you, is this abundant mindset. And I know you've been through something difficult because, as we both saw, we got the devil, someone from the past here, right? So we know what you've been through. And it can be hard to put yourself in that abundant mindset when you've had to go through such a healing state, right? But you've cut the right cords and you've done what you need to do to get to this place. So this is very interesting. I don't think I've ever really seen this message come through before, where Spirit's saying you're in a period of lots of success and abundance and blessings and positivity and joy. However, it's an initiation, which doesn't mean it's not going to last. It's more like, are you going to match that abundance that's being given to you? Are you going to rise to the occasion? Are you willing to accept that what comes to you is truly yours? Because I feel like the struggle that you went through in the past has you a little exhausted. Okay, so we have in your current energy the 10 of Wands with dodged a bullet. And you did. Hello, someone from the past and the devil. You totally dodged a bullet. Whatever you did, even if you feel like you got hit by the bullet, it wasn't a fatality for you. Okay, you've healed that wound, or you're healing it right now. But the whole situation could still weigh heavy on your energy, or it could feel like now you have to start from scratch, or something's an uphill battle. For some of you, you may be anticipating a future struggle, a setback, and you were thinking, wow, I thought something was going to work out, but now I'm not so sure. But Spirit is showing me that the toughest part is actually behind you. You're in the clear now. You're in the meadow. in the clear fields of abundance. Crossing over. I feel like we need to know, what are you crossing over to? I put these cards away, but let me see. Oh, I want to use these. Can I grow longer arms? Actually, that would be weird, right? To have super long arms. I don't know. Okay, maybe that's a message. Does someone you know have super long arms? What do you even do with super long arms? Okay, sorry, group one. Just give me a second. This is real life. Hold on. Okay, so let's see. What are you crossing into? What are you being initiated into? This portal that's showing up in the card. 5 + 4, 9. Independence. Oh, this just flipped over on its own. I don't know if you were able to see that. Spirit of the river, movement towards adventure. Ooh, an adventure coming up. I love me some adventure, especially if it's coming through the frequency of blessings and abundance. Some other cards fell down here. I feel like this is actually falling away to the lower world. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Look at this. The tidy house, clarity and organization, getting things in order, getting your mind in order. Covenant, sacred contract, and stars in the sky, limitless possibilities. Yeah, I feel like this is what you've moved through and moved out of. This sacred contract that you were in with someone from the past. And it was a sacred contract because, like I said, you had that initiation back there that you probably needed to get to this phase. You cut it when you needed to. This card talks about you using your own free will energy to decide when a contract no longer serves you, and being able to amend that with spirit or break that and say, Spirit, I no longer want to be in this contract. I feel as though I have learned my lesson. And you have. Okay? This contract from the past was a period where you needed to get things in order for yourself. Maybe you need to get your mind in order back then, your life in order. You needed to have more direction or decide what doesn't fit in your house, in your spiritual field. And so you cleansed and cleared out what no longer was of value to you or was no longer helpful to you or that was simply hurting you. And this past initiation, the difficult one, showed you that there is more to life than what you had been going through. It opened a portal for you to limitless possibilities. And once you cut that contract, you went through the portal, and now you're in the next initiation stage in a meadow of limitless possibilities of abundance. You see how that works? I hope this makes sense. It's a trajectory. You accomplished one thing, and now you're over here in your limitless possibility of abundance. And where you're going next, the next initiation phase, the next chapter of your life, the next ascension period will be full of adventure. So I understand why this initiation for you is one of abundance, because abundance, success, blessings, if you're able to match that frequency and accept it as part of who you are, as a reflection of your internal world and your energy, then you don't fear losing it. If something gets taken away from you, something materially, or maybe in a creative idea you have, someone steals it, whatever, yeah, it's a bummer, but you're not inherently like at a existential level, but I wanted to say world. You're not getting existential about it. It's not the end of the world for you. You know you can recreate it. It gives you a sense of security when you really know that you not only match the frequency of abundance, but that you are it. And then when you go into the next portal and into the initiation of adventure, you have that solid grounding where you know that you have blessings at your fingertips. That success is something that you carry within you as a frequency, not something that the external world dictates to you. So I can see in the future here that the next part of your life, once you're through this portal, which is an enjoyable one, by the way, you're going to have a lot of adventure in your life and a sense of freedom, adventure without fear. Oh, this is exciting. Okay, so what you don't see coming, we have the 9 of Wands with guessing game. Well, this is the exhaustion and the need for resilience, because you don't really know what's happening right now, or you don't know where you're going, or there's a blessing coming towards you, but you don't really know how it's going to play out. And maybe you're trying to figure it out and you're making a lot of guesses and theorizing, having a couple of spiritual hypotheses in your mind that you're rolling around. And that might continue for some time, okay? The guessing game, not really sure where everything lands and how everything fits together or how everything's going to work out. Spirit's saying it's part of the initiation. This zone, this field, this meadow of abundance that you're in, that you're crossing through, opens more doors. But the more doors that open, the more you might feel like, well, let me see. 4 of Pentacles. The more you might feel like, oh, I can't go through that door because this is so good right now. I'm just going to hold on to what I have. This guessing game is like, do I stay where I am or do I continue on? Like, I just got everything. So you might get a new job. You might get some money. You might get like some housing situation that really works out for you, a relationship. I don't know what it is for everyone here, the success and the blessing, but it's good. You get it. And then more doors open because of this blessing. Blessings lead to more blessings. But because you went through such difficulty and strife in the past, your energy here is like, I don't know if I should just like not go through that next door into that adventure because it's working right now. I have what I finally want. But the 4 of Pentacles is a lack mindset, right? This is scared of losing something. And that's why this whole blessing and abundance comes through as an initiation, because you need to let go of this. And to know that you are resilient, because your opportunity is showing up as the King of Pentacles with intimacy. Now I'm seeing 2 things here. One is you as the King of Pentacles and you feeling a more intimate connection with security, stability, progress, success. Feeling close to that energy rather than it being so distant. Now, the other thing I'm seeing is there could be a King of Pentacles in your life, whether this is a boss, maybe it's someone in the family, it could be a partner, it's not gender specific. And this abundant initiation is bringing you closer with that person. And the closeness that's bringing you together, like the energy that's pulling you two together, is one of abundance. It's success and blessing. It's not lack. It's not that karmic cycle from the past, that devil, someone from the past. That was in the past, the frequency pulling you and the devil, whoever that is, together was lack, was wounds, was fear. You know, there were lessons that had to be learned. You were magnetized for that reason. And you did that kind of work with that situation, with that initiation, with that person. And now this new person, if this represents a person to you, the pull is blessing and success, healing, love, mutual reciprocity, intimacy. It's really good, group one. But you have to open your heart to it. The elixir of life. And I don't want to use the word test, but I guess that's the best way to explain it. It kind of is. It's an initiation. How are you going to handle this abundance? Are you going to run from it? Are you going to not believe it? Are you going to sleep on it? What are you going to do? Because whatever you choose to do will ultimately dictate the kind of adventure you have in the next cycle. And if you accept this abundance that's coming towards you wholeheartedly and know that it's just going to lead to more, then the next adventure that you have will be a thrill. It will be freeing. It will be exciting. You'll be moved like the spirit of the river. It will flow. But if you approach this time with hesitancy, lack, distrust, all of those things, fears, without trying to work through it, I mean, those things might still come up, but as long as you're consciously working on it, it's good. It's part of the initiation. But if you just decide, nah, I'm just going to stay in my lack mindset, I'm too scared of this, then the next adventure, you might get swept away in a choppy river. The journey of adventure will be harsher. The adventure's coming after this, no matter what. But what you do now with abundance will determine how the adventure goes. Okay? So, the challenge, the devil. This is one of the most energetically strong devil cards I've ever come across. There's something about this card where I really feel the energy behind it. It's very much like the shadow looking back at you. Challenging you. Are you going to face me? Are you going to face your fears? Or are you going to submit to me? Are you going to submit to your fears? And maybe you did have someone in the past who did want you to be submissive to them in some sense. Any blockages or hesitancy you have now when it comes to accepting success and blessings is being influenced by someone from the past. Or this could be someone you were in the past. Take it how it resonates. You've already cut the cord with this energy. So now you just need to cut the residual effects of that energy that is still kind of influencing the way that you perceive things. So let's get a little bit more on this. Can you tell me more about this? We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. This is a cruelty here. Okay, Knight of Cups in reverse with the devil in the challenge is somebody pulling back an offer or an opportunity, withholding it, withholding love, withholding generosity. And so you might not trust the abundance that comes towards you next because of this. But you need to realize that this is the past cycle, not the current cycle. Truly. And then we got the letter L and then the card logic. So L for logic. Sorry about that. Got interrupted. Interesting. So you might feel like you get interrupted here. As you're moving through this meadow of blessings, something might pop up. Someone might need your attention. But what Spirit's saying here with the Chariot crossing through the meadow of blessings to this portal is that you are being given a vehicle to go on this journey. You need to go through the meadow to cross this bridge. Well, here you go. Here's your vehicle. And your vehicle is one of bravery, courage, combining shadow and light, knowing that you have both forces to work for, that the stars are guiding you here. See the canopy of stars? Maybe it's astrologically opportune for you right now to go through this abundant blessing initiation stage. And with the card logic, Spirit is saying, when those fears come up around abundance, you're not receiving it, maybe you feel like, oh, this is all just false hope, or maybe you feel like, oh, I've done so well for myself, but now here's this opportunity, I might lose it all. Spirit's saying, trust in your logic, because some of those feelings are linked to this past energy, to the fears, to the devil, to the shadow. Go with the logical mind here. What is your logic saying? And I feel like it's saying to you that you're going to be just fine. that there's a lot of gain. You may need to take a risk, but there's gain for you, and you're going to be fine. And know that you are moving forward down your path with logic. It's not just all driven by emotion. Some of it is. It's not just intuition. Some of it is. It's also logic. It's sound. You have sound reasoning for doing what you're doing and going towards the things you're going towards. So let that calm your mind, because that's what I'm seeing in your outcome. Travel and the Four of Swords. Traveling through this I can't get over it. Like, the cards are all nicely giving you exactly what you need, which is the reassurance that as you move through this next stage of abundance, through your initiation, you have everything you need. You have your Chariot here with courage and bravery. You have logic. You have the ability to rest and calm your mind as you move through this field, as you travel through. Spirit is saying this is not going to be an arduous journey. This is going to be a journey of joy, where you get to rest, you get to receive success, you get to cut ties with the past and clear out any old energy that might still linger around that, and move towards the next chapter. I don't know when this is coming. Could be years from now, could be around the corner. It'll be different for each of you. And the next chapter will be full of adventure. The kind of adventure that is exciting and that helps you grow and learn more about the world. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Group 1. I hope that helped. I love you so much. I'll see you next time. Group 2, the Priest, Perseverance and Faith. Let's see what cards we have for you, and then I'm going to pull out the tarot, lay out the whole spread, and then take a picture for you, or show you the cards and you can take a picture. So let's see. We have the key, number 26, inner calling, clarity, and intention. This beautiful owl. Noise. Oh, it kind of looks like a bird. I'm just seeing that on a wire. And the owl is looking over at this bird. Interesting. Something's going on there. Let's see what else we have. The energy challenging you, change. This chameleon. And the energy supporting you, willpower with a bull. And Dust Devil, number 15, moving out of stagnation. Well, that certainly goes with change as your challenge. Okay, let's get the rest of the cards before I start reading into this energy. There's definitely something going on with this owl looking over at this. It's kind of like a shadow bird, right? It's not fully formed, not fully defined, but you can see it if you look close enough. Okay. And then we had Pluto showing up, which is a planet of transformation and change. It's usually a change of control, or how we work with control dynamics. Okay, let's see. Devil at the bottom I saw. Let's see. Dust Devil. For Group 2, Spirit, what's the message for Group 2? I'm hearing this. You're only bound by your own limitations that you set for yourself. Okay. Which is true. I feel like you know that. I feel like maybe that's you saying that. Maybe to someone else? Let's see. Wow. The Lovers at the bottom, a choice for change. Okay, I'm also going to use these cards just to clarify, and then I'll show you what we got. It's these cards. I don't know if I showed you that. Beautiful. And this one. Okay, so let me take a picture and then, or whatever, turn the camera around, I guess, and then we'll get into your reading. Okay, group 2. Let's see what we got for you. Did you hear Patrick? And when I was showing you the cards, Patrick was meowing a little bit there. And cats represent intuition and instinct. So I'm sorry about all this camera moving. I know, it's crazy, right? Like I said, I always wish I was one of those tarot readers who has everything so nice and proper, but that ain't me. Okay, so your intuition may be telling you to stay true to who you are, even if it's messy, even if other people would prefer you could do something another way, and maybe you prefer yourself that you could do something another way. Be who you are rather than trying to mold your energy. And it feels hard. It feels like you're trying to mold something that's very already formed into something else that somebody wants. Okay? Trust your intuition that the way that you handle things, the way that you do things, the way that you are is exactly what you need. It's what you need to persevere with. Change can be good, and of course it's in your challenge, but there's change that's good for your growth, that comes from you and maybe is inspired by external events or internal events. And then there's changing for approval, for someone else, for a reason that goes against your authenticity. Okay? And Spirit's making a distinction here that change might be required right now, but not to appease someone else. And I feel like your intuition is definitely telling you about that. Okay, like somebody might want you to do something that doesn't feel right to you. So let's look at your cards. Well, you can cut through the noise really well. Seeing this, perseverance, inner calling, clarity, and noise. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 1 second. Yeah, there's an imbalance here for sure, where there's either a need within yourself or like a perceived need that you feel like I really need to change this about myself in order to be accepted or in order to be better. And that feeling is causing you some pain. We can always improve and all of those things, but there's somebody here, whether it's an aspect of yourself or someone outside of you, who is kind of demanding this change from you. Now, what I see though in your energy is somebody who knows this already. Like, you know that you should not bend. You know that whatever they're putting out towards you energetically or actually, they're telling you that, well, you should really do it this way or it'd be better if it was that way. You know it's the noise of their shadow speaking. And you might also know that those moments of insecurity or self-questioning that you have, self-doubt, or unwillingness to change in a direction away from that kind of judgment is also noise coming from your shadow. So you're very wise and you're very conscious of your limitations and what holds you back and the people in your life who maybe play on those parts of yourself that you haven't fully integrated or healed yet. I'm picking up on somebody who's wishing that someone would be willing to bend or give in almost. Okay, interesting. So it's a little bit complicated because the message I'm seeing from Spirit is definitely that change is on the horizon and you need to embrace it. But then there's also another energy, a shadow force within yourself or somebody around you who's also telling you to change. But that kind of change includes some kind of compromise to who you are, to your authenticity. Yeah. And it's not, something about this dynamic isn't so clear. Like it's underneath the surface of the cards. I don't know how to explain, but I can see like the energy underneath the cards. It's like that whole dynamic, that whole tension isn't really put on the table. Maybe you haven't talked about it with yourself or with someone else. Like, hey, you're trying to get me to do something I don't really think is me. And even for yourself, if you've been wishing that you could change something about yourself, I feel like Spirit is saying the key here, the key is to actually embrace what you think is holding you back and see how you can use it to move you closer to what? Lost compass, getting back to integrity, move you closer to a sense of wholeness or feeling like yourself, feeling your own integrity. I'm just going to use this example because it's coming through. It's for someone, but it's obviously not for all of you. You could want to change something about yourself, your image. Okay, maybe you want to get better looking or something like that, or have a better kind of portfolio online of like your success. I don't know, something like identity related that you want to change. But Spirit's saying it doesn't mean that won't change in the direction that you want it to. But first you need to embrace the very thing you're trying to rid yourself as something that is defined who you are in a positive way. Does that make any sense? I feel like this one's a little bit tricky. And then either it will change in the way that you're hoping, or you'll realize this doesn't need to change. Okay, let's get through the cards. Interesting. And see what we get. You need willpower right now. That's for sure. Yeah, and so your intuition is telling you what? Telling you what? What is your intuition telling you? The Lovers, Ace of Wands, Four of Cups, and the Page of Wands. If you make a decision to do something because someone else has suggested it, your intuition is telling you that you yourself may not be happy with that outcome. Okay? It's like, hey, you want to get this modeling contract? First you have to cut off all your hair. And you're like, I don't know where this is coming from, okay? But you're like, well, yeah, I always wanted to be a model, so I really love my hair and it's my spiritual antenna. So, I don't really want to do that, but this is my future path, so I might as well just do it. And then you go and you cut off all your hair, and then you're not happy about it. And then the jobs you thought you'd get, they actually are looking for someone with long hair. It's that kind of situation. Okay? What you really need to do instead is not change your hair. This is just an example. It's not change your hair, or I don't know. It's to change the avenue of opportunity and success. Go to a different modeling company, start your own modeling company. You need to change your direction so you can maintain who you are. That makes you who you are. Okay? I hope this is resonating. So your overall energy is the Queen of Pentacles with survival. Right, and this picks up on the tension I'm feeling where it's like, I have to do this in order to survive. It's a strange feeling. Let me see. Can I get more articulate with this, Spirit? The Fool. You do know that something needs to shift. Okay? So we really need to look at what the setback is for you. It is part of your psychic survival, like your energetic as well as your mental survival, your health, to embrace change. And to go towards your inner calling with clarity and intention, and to block out the noise, and to know what is the noise. What's the noise and what's clear for you? Because what you don't see coming is the 5 of Cups with event. This is a disappointing event. So tell me more about this disappointing event. This is something where you're saying to yourself, I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have done that. King of Swords and the 3 of Wands. Like, I saw this coming. And then Spirit's like, yeah, you did. But it happens. And then you're like, I saw this coming, but I didn't see this coming. What are we talking about? I feel like I'm not really sure what the mechanics, I'm hearing what the mechanics of this are. What are we talking about? Like, what's going on? What did they see coming? The disappointment, but what? Knight of Wands, 3 of Cups, 5 of Swords. Yeah, 10 of Wands. There's something with another, outside people, 3 of Cups, other people, and they're like flighty, you know? They kind of fly by the seat of their pants, or they change their mind quickly, or they're very like, they rush into things. And not everything is clear. Somebody hasn't put something all on the table for you to really see. But they're encouraging you to go for it, to sacrifice something in order to gain something, but you don't really know what it is you're gaining. You need clarity with this, and transparency and honesty in order to make the right decision. And the biggest thing here is to stay true to your authenticity. Okay? Why are you wishing for what you're wishing for? Ask yourself. And with Pluto in control, I do feel like Spirit's saying, you know that if you go ahead and give in to this noise, this shadow bird on the wire, whatever that is, then you know that you're turning your back on yourself in a sense. You can say no to something. You can change the way something is playing out right now. Completely. But you have to halt it. You can't go any further with it. I'm hearing see the signs for what they are. This reading, I'm not really sure. I feel like it's very loosey-goosey. And maybe that's somebody's energy. It could be your own. I don't know. It's like somebody is not committed. Or not being clear about their commitments, but expecting you to take a huge leap of faith. And the part of you that is saying, I do need change, I do need to move out of stagnation, is like saying, well, maybe this is it. But the intuition is also telling you, no, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get disappointed. And that is what I'm seeing. Okay, so the opportunity is 6 of Cups and pain. The past is a really good reservoir of knowledge for us to look to figure out what's going to happen with the same person or the same job or the same situation. Now, people do change and shift and integrate and grow and all of those things, but what's showing up here as your opportunity is look to the past and some pain that happened back there in the past as key information for what might happen again. Now, if this is not necessarily involving another person, but it's like a personal goal you have or wish you have, but it's hurting you in some way, like you're hurting yourself in order to obtain something, then this is linked to something very deep within you, maybe going back to childhood with the Six of Cups. You're trying to alleviate and heal some pain that was caused to you by doing something now, thinking that it's going to get you somewhere better, but you're actually inflicting pain on yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you another example. And again, it doesn't have to be this, although it probably is for someone here. It could be, and there's something about identity and image coming through too. It could be that in the past, you were a chunky monkey, a cute one, and children teased you for it, okay? Caused a lot of pain that you haven't fully resolved. And now you want to look a certain way, but you're hurting yourself to do it. Something like that. Or, I don't know, maybe you broke your knee, ankle, I'm hearing, your Achilles, I don't know. Something happened, your lower half of the body, and you couldn't pursue something that you wanted to. You were benched in some way. And now you're striving to be the all-star, to be the champion, but you're hurting yourself in some way to do it. But it's because you never got to do it in the past. You're trying to fix that pain. I don't know what it is for everyone. It's probably so many different things. But if you can make that link and see that, or with love, which it is for a lot of you, if you have nothing to go on here with this person and they're asking you to make a huge leap of faith with them, perhaps you're trying to resolve some pain that happened in your earlier years around love and mistrust and lack of commitment. And you feel like, well, I have to take a chance here and commit. And sometimes we do, but the other cards are saying, I don't know. There's disappointment. Now, this is general reading, so you have to use your discernment. Because the challenge here is the Emperor with attention. And this Emperor is a bossy person. You know, it's my way or the highway. We have to do it this way. The attention. Let me see more about the attention. I'm hearing attention/intention. And you had that card, intention. Is your attention being distracted from your intention? I don't know. 10 of Wands. This person or your inner controlling Emperor aspect, whatever you want to take it as, you're giving a lot of your energy over to this. And it is depleting you. And this is why you need that willpower, which you're exercising already in a certain way, but you need to redirect that willpower somewhere else. Okay. Now, your advice, your guidance is the Ace of Swords, and it's okay. I love this. It's so cute. I mean, it's such a nice affirmation from Spirit telling you it's going to be okay. It's okay. And what's okay is speaking the truth, knowing the truth, and acting on it. If there's something that's not totally clear to you or you don't like it, you should say it. And it's going to be okay. And you might be fearful of losing an opportunity. Hey, Mr. Boss Man, offering me that promotion. You haven't told me. Does this mean I have to work more hours? Or like, how do I get this? The terms are really kind of strange. You need to be able to ask and not be fearful that you're going to lose the promotion, right? Something like that. The way that you think about what? Welcome home. About what makes you feel good. I don't know how to say this, Spirit. It's very strange. It's okay to protect yourself. And it might be okay to take this opportunity, whatever it is, as long as everything is out in the open and clear and truthful, then it will all turn out fine. But the hidden clauses, the fine print, the I'll tell you later, or I haven't really figured that out yet, but just, go along with it. All of that kind of wishy-washy unclear stipulations, then it gets troublesome. Then you get in a little bit of a pickle when things aren't clear. As long as you have clarity on what's going on, you'll be okay. Okay? Now, the outcome for you is 8 of Pentacles and imbalance. I like this because this is Spirit showing me that you're going to work on whatever's out of balance here. And there definitely is something is out of balance. So, what are you working on? You're building a more stable structure for yourself. See, these House of Cards are crumbling. Now you're like, you know what? We got to do this the right way. The way that is a reflection of who I am, too. The Chariot. Moving forward with bravery and determination. You call the shots. You take charge. Because somebody else here, or a shadow aspect of you, is trying to take charge of the situation. And Spirit's saying, well, that's the imbalance. There needs to be equal decision making on how to move forward. Get rid of the noise, which could be someone's pride or ambiguity around a situation. I don't necessarily see anything malicious in someone's intentions. What I see is a lack of agreement before moving forward. And then people have different expectations. Now, if it's you with yourself, cut it out. You're hurting yourself in some way. Change that up. You're perfect. It's okay. The way you are is perfect. Yeah, you can hone some things and work on some things and, do the things, but don't do it from a place of this, where you're your own inner tyrant. Okay? Tell that tyrant within you to chill the F out. Because you're tired and you're exhausted. Okay, you go at your own pace too, is the other information I'm getting here. Okay, group 1, I hope this helped you. Maybe I should pull another card for you because it was, group 2. It was a little hard to be super clear about what's coming through. So let's see, can we get some last words of advice for group 2? I mean, if you're still here, I assume you know what this is about. I'm getting another example. I don't know. Spirit wants to give another one. It's like you're creating a music track, okay? And you're collaborating with someone, or you're going to show this music track or play this music track to someone. And they are like, yeah, but I think it needs to change. And you feel that too, that something's off with it, that it does need to change. But the change that they're gearing you towards doesn't you don't really like it, but they're like, if you change it like this, then for sure I'll promote it. And you're like, no, but I want to change it in a different way then. And you should follow that. It's your music after all. Let them create what they want to create, what they want to hear. It's that vibe. Okay, let's see. Words of advice. Words of advice. Drifter, experiencing life as it comes, rest and renewal, Garden of Venus, and Magician's Sword, confidence in your magic. Yeah, you need more confidence, that's for sure. But I feel like you have it. I do feel like it's there. You just need to muster it up. And it might be respected, actually. That conviction and confidence you have in handling this in the way that benefits you as well as maybe someone else, but definitely benefits you, will let you rest easy. Okay? And not just drift into something and experience what comes. That's the problem, right? It's like, oh, okay, I'll just get in this boat and drift down this corridor of water and see where it takes me. And Spirit's like, what? Why? Why don't you get the map first? Why don't you get a destination in your mind? Why don't you decide what's going to happen? Okay? It will allow you to rest and chill out as the change takes place. Okay, so let's read confidence in your magic, and then I'll go to group 3. I hope that helped. I don't know. Can only trust. Confidence in your magic. Nothing can stop you, the beauty you seek. When the Magician's Sword appears, you are called to cut the cords that bind you to old thought forms and beliefs. Yeah, that 6 of Cups and the pain. Or to friends who are not true. With the power of the Magician's Sword, nothing can stop you, hurt you, or turn you away from the beauty you seek or the goal you desire with all your heart. The sword is a tool, not a weapon, so make sure you wield it wisely and for the greater good. Find the stuck places where you are kept tethered to a toxic person, a particular location, or a faulty thought or belief, and let the blade do its magic. See, it's not that you can't get what you want. It's that the way you're trying to go about it, or the way it's being offered to you, is tied to an old belief or thought form that you've outgrown. It's faulty. It's not true. It's not authentic to who you are. You have a large endowment of magic available to you when you believe in miracles. But don't look to the heavens to grant you a wish. Oh, we had that word, wish. Look within. Use the Magician's Sword to cut through limiting beliefs, and remember that all beliefs are limiting, and focus your intention in order to create what you wish. You have all the tools you need for the task at hand. You need only muster the wherewithal to deploy the resources you have. Group 2, I'll share something. Earlier this morning, I kind of, I was very excited about something coming up in my life, and I was like, oh, great, this is amazing. And then I started thinking about it and looking closer at the details. I was like, oh, actually, this might not happen. It's not going to work. And I said to myself, no, I want it to work. This is what I want, so I'm going to find a way to make it work. And I spent a couple hours hashing through details, coming up with different strategies. How could I do that? How could I do that? Soundboarding with myself. And ultimately, I don't know if it's going to work yet, but I did come to something that now I feel like, oh, this is a workable solution. And it feels so much better because initially, although I was super excited, I didn't have a plan. It was like experiencing life as it comes. Oh, here's this opportunity. Yeah, I'm so excited, but I don't know what I'm doing yet. Then the doubt comes in. Right? And all the real facts of how it might not work and how I might be disappointed. And that got me to recalibrate my thinking and get more specific and clear about what this could actually look like. And that's exactly what I'm feeling for you too, and what the card's saying. When the Magician's Sword appears, it is a time to get moving. This is not a tool for contemplation, for gazing at the finely polished edge. It is an instrument calling for decisive action. And remember, the sword is alive with a wisdom you can summon to help you find the best course of action. Do not hesitate, act. Right, so Spirit is saying, move out of stagnation, muster up that willpower, You have an inner calling. You can have clarity as long as you know your true intention and stay authentic to yourself. Cut through all the noise of the past or of the present, whatever those shadow forms are, and embrace the change that you seek as it benefits you. You will find the best course of action, and you need to be clear about that. Communicate clearly. Hear what someone else has to say and really hear it. Accept the truth when it comes your way so you'll know what to do. Okay, that's what I have for you. I hope that helped. I love you so much. I'll see you next time. 3, last but certainly not least, the Sailor, new influences and wanderlust. Very curious to see what we get here. Okay, let me turn over your cards and then I'll pull out the tarot and we'll get a full picture and then I'll show you what we have and then I'll come back. So let's see. We have Ascension, number 34, transformation, end of a cycle and beginnings. Union. Protection. I didn't say what was challenging you and what was supporting you, which I did for all the other groups. So I feel like this could go both ways then. The protection could be the support for you, but it could also be a challenge. Same with union. I also see that a union is protected here. Okay, let's see. What else do we have? Oh yeah, this is where we got multiple cards for you. Whale song, resonating. Repairing the veil, forgiveness. Number 4561. Womb. And the last card is chaos. Well, the womb kind of is a space of chaos that slowly begins to order itself. Interesting. Let me see here. Before I pull out the cards. I mean, I guess I should pull out the cards, but I just want to tap in. Well, this is lovely. Okay, I'll say that, and then we'll pull the cards out. I'll tell you what I'm seeing. This could be connected to group 1. Show me what I need to see here, Spirit. What is going on? A lot. A lot. A lot. Okay. I'm hearing stuck in the middle with you. Seeing the Ace of Swords here. There's definitely clarity. And a new influence. Okay, let's see. Group 3. Whoa, we have 3 aces here. What's the next card? The Fool. I felt guided to turn that over. Temperance. Something is coming together. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, and it's like the time is now. This is divine timing how this is happening. Something is coming together. Like the veil is being repaired. The veil is being repaired. What's the veil? And that King of Swords. It's clarity. The clarity is being repaired. Eight of Pentacles, knowing your direction and what you should be working on and why. Okay, I do see something about a union, whether this is you with another person or you with a certain career path or life path. There's a protected union that has always been protected, but now there's a new influence in the mix and it's pushing this union forward. Okay, I'm going to get some of these cards out and then I'll take a picture to show you, or I'll show you the cards. It's not exactly a picture, I just hold the phone over. Ooh. Ooh. How do you feel about this? It's showing me you got some mixed emotions. some of you don't have a union right now and you're like, what's going on? Like, this isn't my reading. Listen up, all right? Spirit's saying it. Okay, hold on. Oh, this is a rebirth for sure. It's very exciting. So let me take a picture and then we'll go through the message together. Oh, and the cards will fall off the table. The cards that fell off the table just now was the Six of Cups and the Five of Cups. And it's like it fell right off the table. And what I took from that is like it's no longer part of your reading. Like it's no longer part of the energy. This is disappointment, past disappointment. And it could be in this union, or maybe it's past disappointment with anything you came into union with. I'm not exactly sure. I am going to keep them up here, but that was symbolic. Okay, let me just look here. Yeah, look at this lemniscat and the handcuffs. It's like something is unbreakable. And it is a matter of timing and openness that comes in time. I'm hearing a moment of solitude was also required. I'm seeing the word mill. I also got SHAM. I don't know what that could be more to that name, but it felt like a name. Mill or nil or Neil. Okay, so let me find out about the chaos first. This is a kind of specific reading, but again, it doesn't have to be about love. It could be about something else, but there was something you were united with and it's still protected. Like this path is meant for you. This career is meant for you. This friendship is meant for you. This person is meant for you. Whatever it is, like there's a tight bond here and it's been protected throughout the chaos. And the chaos that happened was another person's energy came in. Okay, I don't know who it is, but they came in and you needed to do some work around this interference that came into this union that you had. And if it's not another person coming in and creating chaos in some way, then there was some emotional issues that needed to be worked out before something could be repaired. It feels like there was all this chaos that happened and this union went like into this space, into this womb, into this protective space, only to now be reborn when the chaos has cleared. Perhaps when you've defended what it is that you truly desire and want. King of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. There's something about you fighting for something that really matters to you. Whoa. Yeah, look at this. This image looks like protection too. I'm going to put this on. My lips are dry. Okay, thanks for just letting me be normal here. Okay. So, yeah, this has been protected. Transformation, end of a cycle, beginning, new influences. Okay, so there's a new influence involved in this union, which is helping repair the veil, which is creating some kind of energy of forgiveness. So let me go through the tarot and we'll see what else we get. We have Queen of Cups with Chained for your overall energy. Now I find this kind of interesting too because there's also the handcuffs. So it feels like with Chained, that's not like necessarily something that we think is positive. To be chained to something. King of Cups, Queen of Cups. Well, maybe it was this King of Cups, whoever caused the interference, getting you to work on something within yourself. See, the Queen of Cups is looking at herself. You know, I mean, she's doubled here. So the interference comes in between a union you have with someone or something. Then you have to start looking at yourself and figure out what it is that you're chained to that's preventing you from getting things back in order, or from moving on, or for protecting something. I also feel like there may have been some kind of situation where you felt like you really couldn't get away from something or some energy or someone. You were chained to it. But the chains are broken if that's the case. You're no longer chained to it. But it was there for a reason. It was to work on something within yourself. There's something very specific coming through, and I know it's not going to be for all of you, but I have to say it because it's here. There's something about you having two very significant connections, and both of them resonate with you and have a strong tie with you. One of them is protected because it is part of your new path, right? It leads you to new transformation, new cycles. It's part of your future. It extends beyond, okay? And then there's this other connection that is temporary, but also long-lasting in a sense. It's not protected in the same way. Not at all, actually. And because it was kind of unstable or not protected, it could have been chaotic and volatile because both people felt like this is not, like we can't just get mad at each other and then be okay tomorrow. Like everything turns into chaos, you know, whereas some other connection was very protected. It's like, okay, well, we can hash it out and we're going to be fine. I don't know. That's very specific, but it is here for someone. Okay, if this doesn't resonate, maybe check out your other piles or your other groups. It could even be the same thing with career or friendship. I need to know more about this chained with the Queen of Cups. There's also a particular way you could have been feeling about something, perceiving something, leading to a certain outlook on a union. And now you're resolving something within yourself, some feelings you have around it, and it's repairing the potential for a new beginning, for transformation. The Sailor, new influences and wanderlust. Ten of Wands. Yeah, chained. Ooh, I'm getting like, I got something in my finger earlier. I think it was part of the steel wool that I was scrubbing the pot with. But I just, yeah, I'm feeling it again. I just picked the card up and I felt it in there. There must be a piece in there and it like shot right up my body into my brain. I don't know. And I feel like that's part of your message with the Ten of Wands. It's like, as soon as I touched it, I got that. Like a prick. It's that goes right to your brain, right? So there's something here that pricks you about this interference in the union or the situation. And it's like, maybe you start to overthink about it. That was very peculiar. Can I know more? Page of Swords. Well, yeah, that's it. You're realizing, Five of Swords, what you've been chained to. You understand what's been depleting your energy, getting you stuck. Perhaps you were only thinking about you and yourself and you didn't want a union, or you don't feel like one's coming. The potential's here for it. For some of you are your own boss, okay? Or you have dreams of being your own boss, but there's like a collaboration of sorts that would also benefit you. Justice, yes. It would help balance something out for you. The Star. This is destined. This reparation of the veil, this forgiveness, this union that's been protected, it's been destined to transform, come back together, the new influence. Okay, the Tower, for what you don't see coming with dead and gone. I mean, whatever Tower situation was occurring before with the chaos, where you felt like you had to protect yourself or you had to protect a union or something was going on, what you don't see coming is that it's no longer here. You don't have to worry about it anymore. That feeling of everything's going to go up in flames, everything's going to go up in smoke, it's over with. The Tower is over. Let's see if we can get a little more on this. The Six of Pentacles. This could have been like relying on someone else to give you something, okay? Always feeling like you need to put out your hand, maybe for affection, love, or attention, or money. Or you constantly having to give to someone else. That's all over with. I mean, this is pretty straightforward. The Lovers. The Three of Wands. There's something about you that always knew this would come together. Okay, Ace of Pentacles for your opportunity with mixed emotions. I guess that's why we're having a reading on it, because I was just thinking like, but this is so clear. What's the point of the reading? Oh, I'm seeing the word will now. The M turned upside down. Will. Something about your willpower, your divine will. Well, the opportunity is to acknowledge that you may have mixed emotions about this, but it's still an opportunity. What are the mixed emotions? Well, something needed to be forgiven. Two of Cups. And Death. Are you getting back together with someone? Are you going back to some place that you used to live, back to a job? You know, like there's mixed emotions. Like I thought this was over with. I thought I had come to the decision that I wasn't going to be in union with this. But now here's the opportunity for the union. And I have to tell you, it looks very positive from what I'm seeing, especially mainly because of this card. Now, the other thing I'm seeing, if you're getting all hot and bothered and you feel like this is not for you, or you don't, and you're just doing your dishes, don't you steal wool without gloves, and you're just listening, then there's another message here for you. And that is that the union that's protected might be the union of yourself, your wholeness. That's been protected. And the new influence that's coming through for you to start a transformation or a new cycle, a new beginning without someone else, is to forgive yourself. And to realize that the way you handled the situation was to retreat, was to pull back, because you were facing with chaos that was maybe unworkable. Emotional chaos, or just too much work in general, so you pulled back. And in that case, then relying on others for any sense of security is gone. That's no longer part of the picture for you. You don't have to worry about that. And having to always wear two masks, two faces, make sure that you don't upset someone, or make sure that you do the right thing, having to shuffle. I'm hearing to shuffle, to balance that like outward face with the inward face, the Queen of Cups, because you were chained to a situation. Like, I can't tell my boss to F off because they're the one paying me, that kind of thing, right? That's clearing out totally. Or you're realizing that there's another way to handle the situation that doesn't make you feel like you're fracturing yourself. So I'm seeing that too. And I feel like even if you are considering this to be a union with someone or something else, that could still stand, that interpretation I just gave you about unifying with yourself through self-forgiveness. Okay, the challenge for you is the Emperor with interference. Well, right? That's what I was saying before. The chaos is the interference. This is somebody, I'm hearing stingy. I don't know. I'm seeing a banana or a hot dog. I don't know. That looks like a hot dog to me. I don't know why I'm seeing that. Maybe that means something for someone. Maybe this person was really a wiener, you know? And they acted like the Emperor. You're a little funny, group 3. I feel like there's something about your energy that's very wise. Okay? Wisdom through humor for someone I'm connecting with. Okay, so the challenge is this Emperor energy that interferes with the union that's protected. Well, who's the Emperor? This is divine masculine energy. This Emperor really looks like someone who says it's my way or the highway, really wants to be in control, is ruling over their people. In the last reading, I called him a tyrant. Okay, Page of Wands. Yeah, they're rough. They're tough. So what is this Emperor for group 3 and how is it interfering? This is somebody who maybe was trying to control your direction, or a force outside of yourself that you felt like you were stuck, you were chained, you couldn't move in the direction that you wanted to, that you had to be secretive or guarded or hold back. Or this is somebody who didn't support your dreams, you know, would never take a leap of faith with you. The Chariot. This could be someone where you had to kind of defer to whatever it is that they wanted to do. Queen of Wands. And the challenge now is to either know that that part is dead and gone, or like that person or who was ever interfering is dead and gone, or to potentially work on that within this union. But I feel like it's an outside force that was trying to come in between something that was protected for you. And maybe you really considered going in that direction at some point. Okay? Why is this still showing up though? 8 of Swords in reverse. 7 of Swords and the 4 of Wands. Well, you can release all of that. There may have been deceptions, lies, secrets, hidden things here that used to really get to you and keep you all knotted up in your mind, chained, worried, creating anxiety. And Spirit is saying the challenge is not to let that interfere anymore. Okay, I just asked if someone has lied to you, is this reading telling you to forgive them and move on with your union? And I'm getting no. With the page, interesting, the Page of Cups. Maybe they're very, childish, whoever lied to you. But this is disappointment. So that's not what I'm talking about. If somebody in the past hurt you, lied to you, was like the 7 of Swords, Spirit isn't saying that union with that person is protected and now you should forgive them. Okay? It's only going to lead to disappointment. This is something else. Strength. This is something that makes you feel strong, not weak. Okay? And it could have been a person in the past trying to interfere with you and your destiny that's protected. You and what you're moving towards. Okay, I just want to get a card on on what the union might be about, Spirit. the union? What's the union? Lost in space, needing direction. Well, it's possibility. I don't know. Maybe I can't ask that question. Let me look in the book quickly. 36. A 24-hour day. Your energy and focus is restored as you recognize that you were never lost at all. Well, that's the union, is your path, your purpose, who you're meant to be on the path with, or what your path is to your direction. That's what you're united with. And this interference came along to show you what your direction actually is and what it isn't. Okay, I'm going to leave that because it's probably, you know, this union is different for each of you. Some of you it's a job, some of you it's a friend, some of you it's love, some of you it's a spiritual path. Okay, Ace of Wands for... Oh, I have an extra card here. Ace of Wands for your advice. We have, and then I'm going to take this as your advice too, Ace of Cups with listen and then nobody. I feel like this is Spirit saying nobody can take away the potentials that are coming towards you or the passion that you have for this union that's protected. Nobody can interfere with it unless you allow it, which you did in the past, but you did it because you needed to work on something. It was important for you to actually experience that. Now you know that nobody really can get in the way of this and this transformation and what's coming up for you. Now, others of you, again, don't believe this. You don't think that there is anything you're united with, then you're wrong, okay? You're wrong. There is. And what do I say to those people? Five of Swords, you're just playing a game with yourself. You need to change that mindset that tells you that, you know, love or spiritual path or a good career or all of that's just a losing game. Change your mindset about that. Change your perspective, and you change your wheel of fate. You change destiny into wish fulfillment. 9 of Cups. If you don't want love right now, that's a different story, but don't convince yourself that you're never going to unite with nothing. Like anything that matters to you, you will. Okay, forgive yourself and move on. That's for someone. But for most of you here, Spirit is saying whoever you're repairing the veil with or whatever you're reuniting with, now's the time to really listen to them with an open heart. Okay? And listen to your heart too and what it wants. This is an opportunity to kind of redefine something as well. Tell me more about the Ace of Cups and listen. 8 of Wands. Well, someone's really talking to you here. They're telling you something. They may be spilling their heart to you or really laying something out on the table or really saying, we really want you here. You're super valued, you know, whatever it is for you. There's a lot of communication coming through. Could be even Spirit talking to you. And Spirit wants you to listen because there's a lot of emotional fulfillment here. The Knight of Pentacles, and it's long-lasting communication. There's better communication between you and something else. And it allows you to really plan for the future and to feel like you know what to expect. Okay, that Tower is over. The chaos is over. What's going to happen out of all of this? We have the Fool and Scorpio. See, the Fool is a new beginning, but Scorpio links back to that transformation energy. And with the forgiveness and the repairing and protected union, it does feel like the rebirth of something that was already there. Scorpio energy. There's healing and there's understanding and there's a willingness to move forward with a new plan, a new vision, and to rebirth something and to be open to the new influences coming in to this protected union. And there's a lot of new influences. There's 3 aces. There's tons of new opportunities coming towards you and something else. Okay, I'm going to pull one last card for you, group 3, and then we're going to end it. I hope that helped. Yeah, even with this little book and the Akashic reference, the Akashic Records reference, I feel like this has been written in the palm, you know, it's destined. Will-o'-the-wisps, treasures hidden in the shadow. And you definitely went through the valley, right? You're at the peak now, but there's peaks and valleys and whatever this is. And you went through a difficult shadow period with the chaos and the tower to find what you really value in this union, or in this, whatever it is for you that you're connected to, that's super protected. The great mystery, epiphany. Will-o'-the-wisps hovers in her luminescent glory above the twilight moors of your life, whispering for you to step into the fog, into the mystery, the unknown. You may have been visited by her before, but though intrigued, you refused her invitation. It would be safer, you decided, to remain on the journey you know. If you're worried about, if you're hesitant about trying something new with something you had a union with, and there were no Seven of Swords, Emperor, Tower, Chaos, Destruction, then I feel there's encouragement for you to try it out. Okay? But you use your discernment. Well, you always have the choice as to whether to follow her or not. You never know when you might encounter her again. In this sense, turning away has its own consequences. Why is the known so appealing? It's only when you wake up to its restrictions, its soft prison or golden cage, that you realize there must be more. Will-o'-the-wisps has come to you once again to offer you magic, but you have to sacrifice certainty in the pursuit of adventure. Yeah, the sailor. Your comfort zone for the dangers of discovery, your well-trodden path for the detours that may very well lead you astray, or will they? Can you accept that losing yourself will bring you closer to your true self? The profound shift of an epiphany can occur only when you risk the detour and enter the unknown. Now is the time to trust higher forces to lead you into this place. These worlds hidden at the threshold between what was and what can be. Here is where you will learn about your own unmaking, to unmask yourself, love what you discover, dark or light, see it all as divine, and find a quiet thrumming power waiting for you to channel it into the world for good. The treasure you find, filled with wealth of love and kindness, true prosperity, is ripe to share with others. She is here for you now. Will you accept her invitation? A great bounty of goodness awaits you. I feel like you've been through, or maybe you're currently in it, in that valley where you had to go. You kind of, like, it's part of your path. You went there. You went to the will-o'-the-wisp. You find the treasures hidden in the shadow, and the treasure is this union that's protected. But you had to go there first to really figure some things out. The detour was necessary. All right, that's what I have for you, Group 3. I love you so much. I hope that helped. I'll see you next time.